And welcome, everybody, to the Lonely TARDIS, your journey into Time Lords and space, the pre-Christmas edition, also the post-season edition, where we are going to talk about the episode The Vanquishers and Flux in general. You can see we're having a lot of fun here at our various home bases. We're all actually inside the TARDIS right now. We're just in different rooms to make sure that we all stay healthy and happy. I'm Dolly Demosky. Of course, my microphone's blocking it. Every freaking week, I'm Dolly Demosky. Right here. The one who's walking around and strutting like a peacock is Mr. Marcus Beer, Annoyed Gamer.
Two hats, two hearts. Time Lord. This is how a Time Lord would do Christmas. They do the two hats, the two hearts, and the two wobbly things.
That's pretty awesome. That is fantastic. I do like that. That's a great idea. My daughter has to wear a hat to school tomorrow, so maybe I'll have her wear two. Hey, that guy below us, which you can't really see, is
this
Sean
is also
Norton.
how a Time Lord would wear the hat. He would think this is she would think this is the right way to wear it, and then they'd be confused because you wouldn't be able to see very well, and they wonder why everybody does this.
But it's not the first time you've had a big bowl or two in front of your nose.
Heyo! It's 2021. 2021.
I'm one tasseling thing down.
I love it.
See, you could be like me. You could have two.
One of your balls fell off there, Marcus.
I know.
Hey, gentlemen. How's it going? How are you guys? It's been a
couple
couple weeks for me talking to you guys. You guys actually saw each other, which I'm so jealous. Jealous.
We did. We saw each other at that TGM, that 3.5 hour advertorial type thing with the occasional award thrown in.
We don't have to talk about the fact that Space Marine 2 debuted at the show.
Hey, Space Marine 2 is one of the high points for me, okay?
That was
one of the high points of my life.
One of the best receptions for a game not called Star Wars.
So. Absolutely. Well, let's face
during our live stream, we went nuts over it. So that was cool.
The only game that they showed with the word Star Wars in it was by a bag of shit douchebag developer. So there you go. Quantic Dream can lick my hairy asshole. So, by the way, I'm drinking sake, by the way. Tis the season.
Tis the season, baby.
And you know what? Let's talk about the Game Awards. I know people are tuning in because they think, oh, guess what? We are going to talk about Doctor Who Acid Reflux, but we're not. I am commandeering this friggin' thing, and we're going to talk about games that we like, shit that we like, because you know what? It is the season of hope and the season to be Mary. I'm going to be Mary. You're going to be Joseph, and you'll be the baby Jeebus.
Baby Jeebus down there. Sean, I like how your glasses are like a little bit lower. It reminds me of like Mrs. Claus almost.
Yeah, son of a bitch.
It's like sexy Santa and sultry sexy
Mrs.
Santa.
Claus. Mrs. Yes.
Going to take you out back and
bring it in. Mrs. Claus.
Hey, you know what?
Yeah.
Whatever.
Is this like? Did you put this out on Twitter, Dali? Is this going out on Twitter?
No, it's not live on Twitter. No, it's not. I will.
That's for the best. That's for the best.
Then maybe it's for the best.
But I started paying for a subscription to this, so let me go YouTube, Twitch, and things. So moving forward, if we need to,
do it on my account. Do it
on my account.
No, I'm paying for this sucker too. Good old $25 a month.
Which three are you dropping it out to?
Right now, I'm just saving it. I'm just saving the file. We'll do live.
Let's live. Honestly, I've quadrupled the amount of viewers I've had by doing it live. I'm averaging 500 or 600 views just from Twitter alone. And then you
you know what? I think that we are live now on we're live on Twitter. Look at that. We're live officially on Twitter. Hey, I'm gonna retweet that.
Yeah.
I'm gonna say watch Annoyed Gamer.
Oh God.
Sean Norton and I as we talk
the live
only about Doctor Who Flux and Christmas. Hey, guys, Doctor Who Flux. What the Flux? Let's get into this episode that we can get through. We can just get through it. We're going to talk about The Vanquishers, which was the finale of the 6-part season.
Joy to the world.
Oh, wait.
The Flux.
The title just hit me. So the crew, our TARDIS people, are the Vanquishers.
Yeah. Okay. There you
That's
go.
clever. Yeah.
You like that? It took a while.
I understand this.
It took a while
now.
to click.
I understood that.
Um,
Oh, it took like 2 weeks.
All right.
Yeah.
Only
So
took 2 weeks
Danny,
after watching. Yeah.
How excited are you for Spider-Man No Way Home?
I got more than enough tickets for myself to the point where I'm afraid of getting it spoiled. I may buy the earliest ticket possible, which is $3.15, or I may go back in time, which the doctor should have done, which she kind of did in this
Can you
episode.
stop
as she
talking about
split
this
herself
show?
into 3 copies. No, the
No,
Vanquisher.
I need
Let's
to be-
just.
Did
need
you
to
know?
go
Do you
over
need to, do I need to go there?
No,
Do
What,
I
we
need to go there? And do I need
We
to
need
go
to go
and
there.
play the card? And Sean knows which card I play.
Uh-oh.
Mhm.
Uh-oh.
Do you
Marcus,
need
what kind of video game do you think would be a good Doctor Who game? What kind of genre?
Lego?
Yes. We
Lego
talked
would
about it
be-
before.
Lego would be
agree.
amazing. I also think that the old Telltale game style would be
Yep.
good. But obviously, Telltale games, even though they're back, kinda, I don't like the way they've treated their staff in the past. Unless, that's got too much taint because obviously they're doing a Star Trek game now, and it's just leaving me with a
They're
little
doing
bit.
an Expanse game.
Expanse.
Hello.
Expanse.
Was it
Yeah.
Expanse?
And
I thought it was
Star Trek and Expanse. They're doing both.
Okay, well, I'm sorry, I don't watch third-rate Amazon things.
Oh my God, you got to watch Expanse. It's phenomenal.
Wow, he's lit.
He's
Look,
on it.
I'm
on
not.
it.
Marcus isn't lit. This is the problem.
He's had some
Marcus,
Trulies and some Mike's Hard
Marcus
Lemonade.
is not lit. He wishes he was. Marcus is like, you know what? Marcus has to go to his oncologist tomorrow. Marcus has to go to his, has to go and work out 3 times a week to beat this bloody thing. Marcus is enjoying this because he gets to hang out with his friends. Marcus enjoyed last Thursday because he got to hang out with his friends. And anything and everything else that's an imposition on my time, my valuable time, fuck off.
Be happy because there is no longer Doctor Who Flux to talk about. That was it. We're done with Doctor Who. That was the last episode. So you don't have to have your weeks ruined anymore. Well, you're going to have it ruined in about 2 weeks.
To watch
I was
the
going to
news.
say 2 years.
3 weeks.
2 weeks.
3
Yeah.
weeks. Sean,
Yes, sir.
I'm going
Cheers.
to go to you first. Doctor Who Flux. The
Are you
finale.
sure you don't
had
want to go to Saki Bomb up there? All right.
Saki's bombing it beautifully.
No, actually, look, I'm fine. I'm happy to go first.
Okay, yeah.
I'll be serious for a minute. I'll be happy and serious for a minute.
Slightly.
Unfortunately, I'm not. This. It takes several of these things. We bought them for my birthday, and the wife said, she said, "How much sake do I need?" Because we had some friends over, and the thing she did for me was she brought a sushi chef in to the house, all vaccinated, tested. All my friends turned up vaccinated, tested.
Oh, dope!
It was amazing,
awesome.
and we had 8-10 people here and ventilation and everything, and
Nice.
and Shauna went shopping for sake for everybody, and she came back with 15 bottles and 30 odd cans of sake. And for some reason, since I'm on the medication, I can't drink my scotch anymore. Beer just makes me cold. Wine, champagne, can't do that. Sake is the only thing I got left right now. So,
How
but
is it in the
anyway.
can? Wait. I've never had canned sake before. Is that
It's
a canned
actually
sake?
really good. It's a good
canned
size.
sake.
This is
That's a
called
good idea. I've never heard of
Soto?
Soto
Okay.
sake. And yeah, when
We're not
it's
sponsored. Let me
canned
say, we're not sponsored by
but we'd
Soto
like
Sake,
to. If they
but
wanna
we'd
pay
like
us
to
a
be
great
sponsored
job.
by Soto Sake.
Yeah, there you go. Especially now we're live on Twitter and our
Yeah.
things going
Climbing
through
the
roof.
ranks on Annoyed Beer's
Watching.
Twitch channel. Yeah.
So let's talk about Flux. I thought he gave it the college try.
Yeah.
But I mean, this was a discussion I had last week with my my colleague, Mr. Norton, my esteemed colleague, when we were sitting down having a cup of coffee at the JW Marriott
Very
in
good coffee.
Los
That
Angeles
was
before
good coffee.
TGM.
Yeah.
It was good coffee. It was good coffee, good conversation. There's a great couple of pictures of us cuddling. The wife got in the action too, as there's a cuddle fest.
It was very cuddly. I'm a very
But I
cuddly
think, I think that it's basically, we came to the conclusion, and I think Sean will back me up on this, that Chris Chibnall's writing gave me cancer.
That was the card you were gonna play. You were
Oh
totally
no, I was
fine
always
until
going to
Jimmy-
play the C card because let's face it, I literally hope for Christmas I get a cancer card so I can actually turn around and say, "Hi, I have this." Now you're going to fucking give me any shit? No, I didn't think so. No, it was
Weren't
very.
you going to put that on a T-shirt? We talked about you putting that on a
Oh
T-shirt.
yeah, that would be nice too.
That would be
Yeah.
good.
That would be nice.
No, the never mind. Yeah,
Yes.
doesn't matter. Not a thing to remind you of
hashtag.
the
I'm saving this hashtag. So if you're
Hashtag.
watching live on Twitter, hashtag Chibnall give Marcus cancer. No, I'm kidding.
Get that
Look,
trending,
he tried.
everybody.
It was a very uneven series. It was up
Yeah.
and down. There was one high point that stood out for me on the last episode, and that was having 3 doctors, 2 in the same place. And it was fun. It was a touchback. Obviously, it's been done before, where we had the 2 doctors, the 2 David Tennants, in the days of the Dr. Donna. I mean, obviously, Chibnall had to go, "Oh, look, there's another great idea from like 10 years ago. Let me recycle that one because I can't have an original one, and this is the Timeless Child." So that was fun. I like the interaction between Jodie and Jodie. I will miss Jodie. I would like to see her with some Russell T action. I really do. I think Russell T Davis will bring more humor out of it, more warmth, more action, more fun. And this is the conversation Sean and I had last week, is that I was watching one of the old Russell T Davis and even some of the early Moffats with Matt Smith, and they were fun.
Yeah.
Doctor Who is not fun anymore. Doctor Who's become a freaking chore for me. And that is horrible when you're talking about the one mainstay show in my entire life from the age of 4. So that's 47 years. This show has been in my life in one way or another. Even when it was off the air, I had the books and I had the DVDs or the videos and then the DVDs, and then it came back and it was like, yay. And this man, this feculent creature, this thing has ruined what has been, one of my, safe spaces throughout my entire life. And it's funny that, I had 2 safe spaces, Star Wars and Doctor Who, and they've both been ruined recently by twats in Chibnall and JJ. Yes, JJ. So yeah, look, I'm glad he's leaving. He had, there were a couple of good episodes in this. Like, hopeful episodes started. I got the gist of it. Went up and down, much like my EKG when I had the heart attack. Beep. But as we got to the end, it was like, woo!
Sean, your face right now. I've got to screen capture this.
Well, Sean's the only one not drinking.
Yeah, what's wrong with you? Said you're getting a drink.
He should be drinking.
I've got some good bourbon, by the way.
Keep it going.
All right, we're going to keep it going. Thank you. The challenge has been laid down.
All right.
Yeah, I'm just disappointed. I'm tired of being disappointed.
You mentioned something that I wholeheartly agree, and that's Doctor Who has become a chore.
Yeah.
And I literally, sorry, I think the alcohol's starting to get me. I literally only watch because I have to podcast. Well, because I want to podcast. Because I have to talk and discuss the show. That's the only reason I've been watching Doctor Who, and that's pained me. I think I mentioned it before. I used to watch Doctor Who because it was something interesting, something wild every week. Even some of those weird Moffat years, those episodes, we still tuned in because we were partly curious to see what he was going to do, how he was going to either honor the lore or play around with, or at least what Capaldi could do. Chibnall's run has had none of that. Didn't have the quote-unquote monster of the week that we kind of built around that actually had some terror and some sense of terror. Episodes got too serious at times, which I think pulled us away from the fun aspect of Doctor Who. We had to view it differently. What'd you get, Sean?
Glasses up, boys.
Glasses up. Oh,
nicely
Sam Adams.
done. So
Ooh,
this one
holiday.
is to the return of Russell T, the return of Doctor Who to the safest hands, and they are Welsh hands, my friends.
Don't tell him that there's 3 episodes left, Ollie.
I know. I didn't say
Well,
anything.
look, I mean, let's face it. No, there's 3 specials left, but with regards to seasons, the bitch be done. He be done. And look, I'm not referring to anybody else as a bitch. Anybody else in the cast. The cast are fantastic.
Yeah.
I'm talking about the Chib.
Mm-hmm.
The Chib. He's the problem. As we've said week after week. But you're right, Dali. I mean, please continue.
No. It's and you mentioned the Chib. It's the Chib and what the BBC has been doing lately. I think we've always had issues with the BBC in the revival of Who, and God bless Russell Davies for doing his damnedest during his run, and even some of Moffat's earlier stuff. They really tried their hardest to push away from the BBC, and I feel like at some point during Moffat's tenure that the Beeb just finally said, no, we're gonna do this our way, and we're gonna put our people in there, and we're gonna kind of run things how we want to run it. And we love Chibnall from the other work he's done for us. So we're gonna bring him in. We know Chris Chibnall's talented because his other work has been really, really well done and well received. Yeah. But this was not it. And I felt like Flux could have been a return, and for a lot of reasons, there was a lot of good in this season because there was a start and a finish-ish. There was a reason behind what was happening in this season, a reason for this season. There was threads that ran through everything from, the Weeping Angels and how they kind of wove their way in to the Tectoon to all
the Weeping Angels.
But the execution at the end felt like it's as if somebody handed me okay, let me put it this way. You guys have watched The Office, The American Office?
No.
And oh God, you've
all right, Sean, pick another one, Dolly.
You've seen the scene in The American Office where Kevin has the chili scene? Where Kevin's bringing
I didn't watch the English Office. Why would I watch the American one?
Because everything we do is better.
Everything we do. No,
I was actually watching. I was watching. Sorry, Dally. 1 second. You hold on a second here. I'm going to take it to you.
Quick, Dally, mute him. He's ranting.
I mute him.
Norman Lear, American comedy icon. Yes.
Uh-huh.
I watched. There's an interview with him on BritBox where he talks about All in the Family and Sanford and Sons, 2 of his most famous creations. Am I correct?
Yes.
Yeah, sure.
Okay. Both were created in the UK, and they were both these versions were direct lifts of the UK originals from Death Do Us Part and Steptoe and Son. And he acknowledges it. So I'm just saying.
So wait, sorry. Are you agreeing with me that everything we do is better over here? I've never seen those shows, but I know the ones you just listed are iconic American television.
I mean, you look at
no matter what you try to do, you stick one of these accents in it, and it's always going to be better. You know what I'm saying?
You do have the better accent. I'll give you that.
It's true. Yes, that is correct.
But I also can't help but notice you call us colonists, and yet you chose to settle here.
Well, exactly. I came to refine your asses.
I just can't get over Sean's glasses right now. He's leaning in, and he's got.
I give me cancer, two heart attacks, and a double bypass. I mean, that's the thanks I get.
3 sips of a beer, and I'm going to flip my desk. Yeah.
I cry when I get a finger prick or a paper cut. No, it's he flubbed. He had all the pieces handed to him for this to be a successful 6-part series. The old way to do Doctor Who, right? We even talked about the old way, which was you have a 6-part story or whatever, sometimes longer, but you actually had the story built up from beginning to end, and you knew how it was going to start, you knew how it was going to finish, and you filled in the middle. Did not fit. This felt like he wiped away, or he fumbled the game-winning touchdown pass all the way across this thing, and at the end, it just ended up falling apart to the point where
I'm not laughing at you, by the way. That's the comment I just dropped in the private chat.
I saw the comment. Yeah.
I mean, he's fumbled across the board, Darby.
Agreed. What I'm getting at is the ending to this was so inconceivably bad that so many unanswered questions, so many that they will never get answered, so many threads that just left hanging
You
out
still
there.
have 3 hours.
Still got dude.
There's still more damage to be done, my friend. As you know,
agreed.
myself,
Yes,
as
there's
John
more
pointed
damage
out.
to be done. But what I'm saying is those answers should have happened during Flux. Why is the universe smaller now? What happened to all those millions, billions, trillions of people that
80%
are
of it's dead.
Yes.
And they just don't care.
They don't care to the point where Jodie and the doctor and her companions are like, "Yeah, where do you like? You know what? Where do you guys want to go now? You guys want to go someplace warm? How about like the Bahamas?" All these folks are gone. They're dead. They're Thanos.
He basically half cocked the snap. I mean, at least when Thanos went like that and took out half the fucking universe, he left the planets and took out half of the organic life.
Yeah.
So when it came back, it was like, ooh. But this guy, I mean, do we even have a moon? Because according to this thing, the Flux came in and bounced around the doggy shield. And now we don't know if we have a moon. Do we have a sun? When the doggies go away, is there going to be any sunlight, or is the Flux done for that too?
The moon is an impenetrable dragon egg, so we don't need to talk about that.
That's true, yeah. Lest we forget.
The doggos are dead, Marcus. He killed the doggos off screen. All 7 billion of them.
Oh, Lord, it was just he's gone over. We've lost Marcus. No, it was such a fumble. It was such a fumble. It was such a not finishing the story. It was it's like I'm
going to be honest.
Yeah.
I'm going to be honest. We didn't get a chance to record this right after the showtime because busy and lives and TGAs and stuff. I don't remember most of what happened. It's coming back to me as we talk about it.
There were 3 doctors, but there were
3 doctors. There was a cool. I don't fully understand what happened with, and I guess I apologize to any of our listeners who were like, maybe they'll recap it and actually talk about it. No, but I don't remember what happened because the what were the Flux bad guys called? The purple
division,
Christmas, the Christmas tree,
the Christmas tree. Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Okay, they met a vision of like their supreme time leader or whatever it was, who changed its form, right?
Yes. It was time itself, right? It was time.
Why
itself.
That was? Why did Okay. I thought it was cool that Time impersonated the Doctor and gave off evil Jodie vibes. I thought that was dope. Like that was real cool. And the companions were good, but then they killed off Jericho, and then Dan didn't wind up with his lady. And then
that means that she didn't get her heart broken. Although she's a bitch, because let's face it, he got whisked away. She bitches that he was late, and she was off being kidnapped by weeping angels, and she couldn't even understand. And we had this discussion last week, didn't we? We said she's off shooting laser beams and teaching the Grey Worm how to escape a friggin' thing, in which she all of a sudden becomes an expert in. By the way.
And then Grey Worm
vessel thing
doesn't wind up being anybody important as far as I could tell. So I guess they were just kind of there.
At least they weren't the Doctor's parents.
That's true. And then the Doctor's the Doctor's adopted mom got wiped away anyway and dusted. And
quickly.
And then they built 2.5 episodes around a fob watch of memories and I guess the whole season motivation. Excuse me. She gets that. And she drops it down the hole of the
TARDIS toilet.
She drops it down the TARDIS toilet, or what I like to call the Chibs has no idea how to actually bring any of that to life because it's quite literally multiple variations of the Doctor's past lives. He has no idea what he's doing there. So that's probably a Russell T thing, which we can only hope just never, ever, ever gets opened and we just pretend none of this ever happened.
Yep.
I hope Russell T just walked in and said, "You're going to do what?" No, you're not.
People were like, he also came out and said he supports it and he loves Chib's work, whatever. It's like, the guy's running the show right now. Of course he's going to say that. I don't know, man. I don't know. It was all over the place. I don't really remember much of what happened. I don't really understand. And I don't think much of anything was actually achieved. I think we had a really cool potential encased 6-part,
Mhm.
same story from beginning to end. The three of us were on the fence, but optimistic from episodes 1 to 3, and then
Gone.
chibied.
Chibi. And hey, the Master's coming back.
Well, and the performance, the actor is great, so I'm fine with that.
Yeah.
But I'm with you,
I'm
Dolly.
not.
Like
I'm sorry, no.
I sit there.
No, I'm sorry, no.
It's
I
no
mean,
Missy. Missy was
Missy was the best. I
Well,
will say
yeah, but
that
I don't
was
think
a
Chibs
little
even wants to
wound up
acknowledge
when
Missy
they
ever
went-
existed.
Yeah, when they turned from Master to Missy, I was a little bit really, because
I remember.
Well, I go with this whole thing that it's like, you know, we have these characters, the female characters that you can actually do. They need some airtime. They need some oxygen.
Mhm.
So I think it's actually quite lazy to reinvent the traditionally male characters as female when you actually have female characters who are kick-ass and can hold their own, and several else, you know, and really just kick the shit out of so many people. So I think, unfortunately, you know, we've had this discussion with regards to Chibnall in that he is so. I mean, we had Russell T, who tweaked canon, but was respectful. We had Moffat, who came along and said, well, I wrote the Weeping Angels. I can do whatever I want. The Whoverse is dead. And it led to several really awesome episodes and then some dross. But you got to praise his casting in Capaldi and Matt Smith. Matt Smith, I always thought, would have been a nightmare, but he really proved his spurs. And then you've got this unique little. So I've never seen Chibnall in the flesh. I've never Googled a picture of him, but I would imagine him. Do you remember when the doctor had been captured by the Master and was aboard his the unit ship and had been accelerated through his lives, and he turned into this wizard golem kind of thing.
Yeah.
That's what I imagine Chris Chibnall to look like in real life. And because he came along and he professes to love the show, but he's such a neckbeard that not only is he going to say, oh, I'm going to adhere to canon and all this, but I'm going to rewrite half of it as I go because I'm that important. And it's just really, really sad. I mean, he did something I never thought would be possible in the history of Who. He did an episode of Torchwood called Cyberwoman, which is pretty much universally acknowledged as one of the worst episodes of Torchwood. He took that bar and he went with it, and he went down so far that the bar is non-existent anymore. We can't even see the bar. The bar is somewhere around the Earth's core. It is just so bad. I mean, if Russell T can get Doctor Who back, it will be like raising the Titanic. I mean, it will be a praise, hallelujah, Hare Krishna, Happy Hanukkah, God bless. But we still have another year to go before we clean this taint, this stink, this cancer from our Who. And I'm sick of giving the guy chances. And like I said before, I feel so sorry for Jodie. I really do. She deserves so much better. There were moments where she has just carried this on her shoulders.
Oh, yeah. 3 Jodies this episode, plus the evil Jodie. Like, the glimpses of what could have been there with better direction and writing. Like, the gravitas that she can actually pull off that we've been looking for and have seen maybe 3 times in 3 seasons. Like, it's criminal. It's criminal.
I don't believe that.
She had a couple great episodes. She had one really great episode this season. Remember where she was kind of on her own, away from everybody else, and
when she was up on the
Look, honestly, I don't believe it's the direction either. I think the directors and the production crew have struggled as best they can, but the issue rests with the showrunner, because. If this had been an American show, Chibnall would have been out after season 1. And they'd have brought somebody else in. The BBC, as you said before, the BBC has gone And, maybe because they're fighting so many other battles from the
Maybe.
evil
I don't know.
bastards who are the Tory leadership, who are trying to just gut the BBC. But I'm so looking forward to Bad Wolf taking this over and running with you. Running with it, rather. Running with us. Running away with us. In our hearts. And just expanding and bringing back this universe. I mean, I think, as we've discussed before, I mean, Russell T Davies was an amazing forerunner for everything Marvel's now doing, and the DC has tried.
Right. He said it too. He was early. He was too early.
He was too early, and he wasn't backed. He should have been backed.
And he wasn't backed.
He should have been the Tsar. This time around, though, I think he's back and he's the Tsar. So we may not get the Doctor Who adventures, the Sarah Jane adventures, rather, but wouldn't it be great if we get the Donna Noble adventures?
Mm-hmm.
Wouldn't it be great? I mean, let's face it, we're not going to see Mickey the Idiot anymore because that silly bugger has done naughty things.
Yeah.
But there are still characters who I'd love to see Nardole.
No, Nardole was so great.
Yeah, I'd love to see his adventures.
I miss Nards,
what about the Corsair?
Nards.
Corsair was on in the Neil Gaiman episode.
Yeah, yep.
And that's damning
Strax and
Strax
and Madame Vastra.
Vastra, and yeah.
But it's another damning indictment that, as far as I'm concerned, you look at this current Chibnall's run, when even Moffat was doing some stuff where we were like, oh, really? He still brought in Neil Gaiman and a bunch of others. Wouldn't it be great if we could get Neil Gaiman back one more time to finish off perhaps a little trilogy? I would love to see more of that. And I think Russell T Davies is probably going to bring a lot more in. I recommend reading his book, and unfortunately I can't remember the title of it, but it's basically, if you look at Russell T Davies and Doctor Who books, there is a thing all about the writer's room and how he brought Who back in the first place, and it covers everything up to his writing of the finale. And it just shows that there's a lot of inclusive stuff going on there. So I'm hoping that this new Who, I hope we get some holdovers. Sidney Lou Who. Very festive. I see what you did. I hope he brings back the frigging Christmas special for a start, because I'm Chris Chibnall. I'm too busy inviting the timeless child to do a Christmas special. Wanker.
Wow.
Am I wrong? I mean,
no,
he said it's too hard to do a Christmas special, and then he does a New Year's special that has no fucking bearing on the New Year's concept. And the whole beauty of a Christmas special is that it's a Christmas episode. It's quintessentially British. You Americans, you don't do Christmas specials for your shows.
No,
not episodes, but not like full-on specials on Christmas night.
I respect that. I respect that's the way you guys roll. You'll do the Halloween because, let's face it, it's during prime time and everybody's on the TV and so on and so forth. But by the time Christmas comes around, we're in the land of fucking reruns and repeats. But in Britain, Christmas Day in Britain goes like this. You get up. Kids go to the Christmas tree. Parents reach for the alcohol. Kids unwrap Christmas gifts. Parents continue to drink. In-laws come around. Everybody makes dinner. In-laws generally try and screw it up, or at least piss off the mother. Everybody has dinner. Plonks down in front of the TV. Kids are off playing and breaking and complaining about toys. Queen's speech is at 3:00. 3 p.m. Everybody watches the Queen's speech where she goes, there was an English horriblest 3:15. Without fail,
of course,
you get a fucking Bond movie. That's what you do. There's the big movie, and it's not always a Bond movie. You watch the Bond movie all the way through until about 6 p.m. when it's time for Who. The Christmas special. Everybody watches. Everybody's right there in front of the TV. Everybody has fun. Everybody's food combed out. Everybody, enjoys it if it's good or bad. And that is Christmas. The kids go to bed. The parents continue to drink. Boxing Day happens the next day, and turkey curry all around. But I mean, that's the thing. Chris Chibnall has basically destroyed the essential Britishness of Doctor Who by taking away the Christmas special.
Do you guys eat dinner at 2:00 in the afternoon?
No, we eat dinner. We eat dinner around sort of like
Because
1:30.
About what?
1:30.
That's lunch.
It's
Yeah.
lunchtime. Well, we call dinner lunch for a start.
Wow,
We have
they're so
tea at
weird.
time, breakfast, dinner, tea.
But what happens when 6:00 rolls around and you're hungry watching
Tea.
who?
It's tea time.
You just eat your tea?
No, it's not. It's, you have a cup of tea, you have a sandwich, you have turkey sandwiches. They're great.
Okay, so you have turkey
Awesome
sandwiches.
turkey sandwiches. You have some leftovers. You crack open all the candy that's sitting there, like the Quality Street, the roses,
Or
the
beer.
celebrations.
Or
Oh
All
no,
right, so
you're on the beer, dude. You're on the beer from about 10:00 in the morning.
So your lunch is dinner and your tea is I'm sorry, your dinner is lunch and your tea is dinner. And then what is your dessert? Just
All day.
dessert? Okay.
This is all day. I mean, it's Christmas. It's the one day of the year where you can go to the bunch of candy that you got, all the chocolates and the nuts and everything. You just pig out, and you have Christmas dinner, which is about 1:30, and that involves generally a starter. Most places, prawn cocktail, then turkey dinner, because anything else at Christmas is an aberration. America, all right. Take your ham and shove it up your ass. And then you have Christmas pudding. And then you have Christmas pudding with some brandy sauce.
Yeah.
And it's just incredible. And then
Can I tell you guys something?
What?
You guys are my Christmas pudding.
Why? Because we're sauced up and we're a little bit prickly.
Actually, it's probably right about now. It sounds.
No, I mean it's Britain. Christmas in Britain is way different than Christmas in America. It took me a long time to actually get my head around the fact that a lot of people don't have turkey for Christmas dinner. And that basically goes back to my hatred of Thanksgiving, because everybody says, well, why would we have it? So why would we have turkey for Christmas dinner when we can have turkey for Thanksgiving? And I'm like, fuck off with your Thanksgiving. It's not a proper holiday. And this is the problem. See, we're going back to what I was talking about earlier. Because Thanksgiving is just like it's a nothing holiday. It's a cock blocking holiday. It's not really. There's no Santa. There's no gifts. There's no fun. There's no turkey.
It's a great turkey, Charlie Brown. Don't you?
No, Charlie Brown. Oh, Charlie Brown needs to
Gobble.
When they turn up and they say they're demanding a turkey dinner.
That's true. They are. They're a mean group of friends there.
Oh, they are. They are. And I was basically somebody who was not really aware of the Charlie Brown specials before I met my darling wife. But it's become a Christmas tradition or a holiday tradition. We watch Thanksgiving, we watch The Great Pumpkin, and we watch Charlie Brown Christmas. And we will watch them again this year. But Thanksgiving, all those bitches are so mean to Charlie Brown.
They are. They're jerks.
They're real jerks.
I mean, what the hell? It's like we're inviting ourselves over to a little kid's house for Thanksgiving. I mean, where are their parents? Can somebody call child services, please? Dali, you're being awesome, by the way, with all these little...
I'm just messing out with the background.
Doing the backgrounds. The TARDIS logo looks good on the white.
Yeah, on the white there, it looks good.
What's Sean saying?
But it's just sad that the Flux, the idea had to end this way. It went off the rails. It never solved, and it created more problems along the way, especially at the ending, than any resolution. In fact, where Swarm and Azure, who were like the main bad folks of the entire thing, were just like castaways basically by the end. That they didn't matter. And I felt like, God, you had something kind of cool with them, that supposedly they knew the Doctor from the way back in a previous universe or whatever, and that just gets wiped away. That they don't even care about that. They just want to, their whole goal in life isn't the Doctor, just to reset the universe and to make their time master happy for some reason. So it was just a really weird resolution. It didn't make sense. It's just yeah, I don't know. It wasn't enjoyable. That last shotgun of let me use a different terminology. That last paint splatter on the wall, the paint just dripped away, and it just looked horrible at the end. It was a mess.
I just want to
I'm
turn
doing
around.
my
And
best
say,
to keep us on track.
I want to raise a glass to Dali Mofsky, our fearless leader, our host, who's trying to keep us
Nah,
on
to you
track.
guys,
And I would like to say that since I've come on board, I mean, this is the first time I've really got to the stage where I've tried to derail the podcast for my own nefarious reasons. And my own nefarious reasons are Chris Chibnall's shit and Doctor Who's a chore. Doctor Who is a chore to watch, ladies and gentlemen, until Chris Chibnall is gone. I think I speak for the crew.
Yes, you do.
We would like to say that
We're sorry.
Are superb.
Mm-hmm.
The production team are superb. The effects have been ramped up.
Yeah.
The direction, the costumes, casting, everybody has tried the best. But it's basically the equivalent of being a one-legged man in a butt-kicking contest.
Yeah.
It's not going to work. The drag factor of Chibnall has pulled everybody down. And I weep for these people. I hope that they can stay on into the Russell T era so that he can actually redeem their resumes.
Mm-hmm.
Because if I was in the creative arts in the UK and I said I worked on Chibnall's Doctor Who, I would probably expect to be working in McDonald's by the end of the week.
Mm-hmm.
So, yes, Dali, thank you, my brother. You have been amazing at keeping us on board and trying to keep us on track.
I really just want to...
Enough is enough.
I really just want, I'll end it by this because there's kind of a two-parter coming up here that I want to talk about real quick. Final thoughts about Flux in general, about the Vanquishers, not about the future, just about this 6-episode run. Any final thoughts that we haven't exfoliated from our Doctor Who skin at the moment, or no? We all
a couple of cool moments throughout the 6-parter. Some of the best acting we've seen yet in Chibnall's era. Jodie was great when she had the chance to be. Dan was brilliant. Jericho was fantastic. Yaz was better.
Yaz
was much better
in the second half.
Really
for sure.
Up. Yeah.
I didn't, you go back, I didn't like the beginning reports. I felt like it was just the same retread of like, I'm your friend. It's like, yeah. It's like, open up to me. Nah. And, with her and the Doctor. But by the second half of this series, I thought she was much improved as well.
And there was actually a moment towards the very end where they could acknowledge some stuff, and they ended up not. They're like, this is. No,
and
I
ultimately,
think there is something. Chibnall has in his armory one more thing that's designed to drop and will piss people off, even though he shouldn't. But he is going to infer a romance between Yaz and the Doctor.
He was trying to at the end of this.
He's so ham-fisted he couldn't.
Like but yeah,
the guy couldn't choreograph an orgy in a brothel. Let's face it.
No.
That's fine though. Like I don't care. That's whatever. Like
I don't have a problem. I don't have a problem with. We've had the Doctor fall in love before. We've had the Doctor have his hearts broken. So if the Doctor has her heart broken and has this connection and this relationship with Yaz, great. But I don't want to see it handled by this dickhead who can't write. Russell T will nail that.
If it is, yes, I agree 100%. Just because the buildup has been shoddy and it wouldn't make sense right now. Like it would just be weird.
I'm happy to see the Doctor have another love of her life. I'm happy that to be Yaz, and Yaz and her have a connection, and perhaps have a happily ever after in some way, shape, or form, as Rose got to.
Yep.
I don't care about the gender thing. I don't care about the same sex. I think it's fantastic.
Mm-hmm.
My problem is that it's in the ham-fisted. Oh, this guy, he couldn't write exit instructions if there were 15 doors, one person, and the room was on fire. I mean, he is just useless.
So overall, I don't think we went anywhere. I think this will be largely forgettable. And I don't really know how they're going to reset it, but they're going to have to because most of the universe is dead. The doggy species is dead. A whole bunch of bad shit happened throughout time with Satarans and Daleks and the Cybermen all dead. I know a big reset is coming. I don't really know how they're going to do it. And the unfortunate thing is I don't care. you know, from going to as a super invested fan to like recurringly disappointed by Chibs to cautiously optimistic about this season by the end, by the middle, and now by the end, just forgettable. And it's the same. It's his wife. Sorry, your wife. It's my wife, Dolly. I don't know if your wife watches or not, but
No.
they're all just like, we are all together, just like, I don't care. I don't care. And like that's coming from super fans of the show.
Yeah.
And you know what? There are people out there who are enjoying this. There are fans who are digging it, and more power to them. If this is your kind of Who, that's great. Maybe I'm too entrenched in 2005 to 2015. But this is just, it was another chance for him to do something, and it wound up being just forgettable. So inconsequential.
I have this Doctor Who mug.
I love it. Yeah.
I have this Doctor Who mug. I have Doctor Who shit out the yin yang. I am a super fan. Look, I now drink out of this mug.
I know that guy.
That's a good looking dude.
Yeah,
it's a hairy dude. You know, for me, it was when I first got into Doctor Who, it was with Doctor Number 9, right? As I know a lot of Americans did. So I watched. I think it was on Netflix at the time, and I thought, wow, this is really cool. And then he goes away after 1 year, one season, and David Tennant shows up, and I'm like, well, David Tennant's not going to be my doctor. This other dude was just my doctor. You know, how can he be replaced? And over time, over 5 years, however long it was, the Tennant was on there, built up through good storytelling. You know, there were bad episodes, but there were good enough episodes, good storytelling, good character development where I felt for the characters. And by the end, I thought, wow, David Tennant is my doctor. Again, only watched it on Netflix. Then Matt Smith comes along. I think, wow, there's no way he's just too goofy. There's no way he's going to be my doctor. You know, he can never top David Tennant. In some ways he didn't, but he came in, and over time, the showrunners, there you go. The showrunners let him have his own, let him have his moments. They built the show around him in certain aspects. And there were duds, of course, as we know, but Matt Smith earned his keep with support of the showrunners. And I felt, okay, there was something really good there with Matt Smith. I really enjoyed Matt Smith's tenure. It was great. Peter Capaldi comes in, and I'm thinking, you're not going to be able to beat Matt Smith. Then Capaldi does it too. Actually had a really shoddy first season. I think we were really negative on that first Capaldi.
I don't think Capaldi beat Matt Smith.
No, but
Capaldi, he also had less time.
I would invite you to rewatch that, by the way, Dolly. We were harsh on it at the time, but if you rewatch Capaldi now back to back, it's surprisingly solid. It's not the best of Who, but it's solid.
But that's what I'm getting to is by the end, things felt holistic. They felt like they were purposeful.
Right.
And then I thought, then Jodie comes in. I'm thinking, okay, it's again, she's not going to be able to live up to the hype because Capaldi, his finale was so, his lead up was so great, blah, blah. This is the first time where I was sad because the tenure of a doctor did not live up to the hype, did not live up to what it could be. Again, we are fans of Jodie. She did a great job with what was handed to her. There were moments in the whole series, especially, there were a couple episodes in that first season. There was an episode or two here this season that we felt they did something really strong and really good, but the majority was just Chibnall, and it just felt bad, and I felt like a disservice. And I would love for her. I know she's leaving. I know Yaz and John Bishop and everybody else is gone. They are gonna wipe the slate clean. And really, before that, I do want to say, let's 2005 Russell T Davies and 2022 Russell T Davies 23 are going to be, they're two different things. We do need to be understandful of that. They're not going to be the same, but I do hope that he does include her in stories down the line to bring her back in as, a 3 Doctors episode, a 4 Doctors episode, modern, whatever ways for her to be involved.
He will, and we will see her in Big Finish episodes.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, she will be part of canon, and I mean, it may be a flick of a switch. To reset. I don't know. Maybe. I mean, there's a lot of leeway to mess around with. The Russell T has. And you're right. This is not the Russell T Davies of 16 years ago.
Mm-hmm.
I think his writing has got better. I mean, if anybody has looked at his series recently, his stuff has just gotten out of control brilliant. I mean, for him to actually to take on Doctor Who would be viewed by many to be a retrograde step, because he's had shows on HBO.
Yeah.
He's had a BAFTA winning award show, BAFTA winning shows. And now he's going back to Who. I think he's basically looked at it, and BBC has looked at it and said, oh, fuck. So I think he's going to bring a different sensibility. I think he can deliver a message in a more nuanced way than Chris Chibnall, because Chris Chibnall is, I'm going to deliver a message. I'm going to write the message on the piece of paper. You said this is how it's going to go. I'm going to write it. I'm going to wrap the piece of paper, you see, around a brick. And then I'm going to go take the brick. I'm going to hit you over the head with it until you get the message. And I think Russell T Davies is a little bit of a better writer. And yes, he said the right things. He said, very excited. I think Chris Chibnall's done a good job. But the ratings have showed that Chris Chibnall has not done a good job. And he needs to go back to doing like Broadchurch or whatever. And yeah, I mean, there's some things there that can be picked from the carcass. But let's face it, if Russell T carries on down this, the Chibnall road, we could say goodbye to Doctor Who. He could be the guy who rebooted it and buried it.
Yeah, true. I don't think that'll holding happen, out positive. I'm holding out positive tidings. I think that this partnership within Bad Wolf and Sony, I think is actually a good move for Doctor Who, because this is where I want to kind of hop into the future just a little bit. We've already started kind of talking about it. I would love to see a Doctor Who feature film, because I feel like now would be a good time. You could do that hard reset with a feature film, give it 2 years, develop it. Are you
talking about a cinematic movie?
Cinematic, big movie. I think it's something that really could be sort of a
the audience is there anymore. You make that switch at the peak of your powers. The Sopranos movie, the Many Saints of Newark, waited too long. And given the space that Doctor Who inhabits right now, you look at the other ones. Entourage, that movie.
Yeah. They made an Entourage movie.
They did, and everybody forgot about it. I mean, Firefly kind of bombed too, that movie. So you have to do it, and you have to do it at the peak of your powers. And if you're going to do, especially with the rise of streaming, you don't need to do cinematic. But they need to up the game with the specials. I wish they turned around and said, you know what, we're canceling the specials, we're writing them off. But the amount of time that Bad Wolf and Russell T Davies and Julie Gardner and Jane Tranter have to reboot Doctor Who at the end of next year, because that's it. After New Year's Day, there's only 2 left. And then we're back, I think, Christmas Day next year, isn't it?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I don't know.
That's what I think we will see. Christmas Day 2022 in 1 year and 11 days. That's what will be back. It'll be a simulcast globally. Tea time in the UK, early morning here in the morning here in the US, and that's the thing. They're going to spend once the taste of Chibnall has been washed from our mouths by much alcohol. That's when we'll turn around and see. They will be very savvy, and I think the other thing is that the BBC PR department has struggled as best they can, pissing into the wind with regards to dealing with this. But I think with Bad Wolf and indeed Sony taking a big part of it and bringing a new level of exposure to Who when it relaunches in a year and a bit, we could actually be in for something really quite special. Of course, we could also be in for an absolute fucking disaster.
Yeah,
Who knows?
It's yet to be seen.
Not even religious.
But we got 3 episodes coming next year, starting with New Year's, and then there's early 2022, so probably around early springtime. I'm guessing maybe January.
16 days to the next episode,
and then late 2022.
The concept. I don't know if you guys watched the trailer, but the concept of the next episode looks fun.
I haven't watched it.
I don't know that he'll stick the landing. Well, of course I know he won't. But
he can't stick the launch or the middle, yellow on the landing. I get the guy has no stickiness whatsoever. He'd make the worst Spider-Man ever.
I know.
Look at me. I'm swinging.
As soon as I said it,
skyscraper, and I'm dead.
As soon as I said it, and I was like, "Oh, maybe I'll just run with this." But it's a cool concept. I don't think it'll amount to anything. But it's a cool concept.
I haven't paid attention to it. Haven't watched it. Won't watch it.
I will say this though, that though this may be the end of Flux, we'll be back right after the new year to discuss the latest that special. But I do want to end on a Christmassy thing here. Thanks to this guy showing it to us and this guy helping me locate one.
I'm sorry, what?
I got one. Yay! It's the holidays. That is awesome. That is an awesome. You can get it.
We all have one.
They have them in stores.
Cool. That's
you can
really
go
cool.
to the store and get it at Hallmark. Not just the website, the actual store. Yeah.
If you don't have a store, like my closest,
you don't have a
store is like 30 minutes away. But
good luck trying to find
Hallmark.com.
yeah. Mine was actually weirdly, it was actually broken.
No.
Yeah, but I'm okay.
Did Chibnall write it?
I think he did. It didn't come with batteries, and the little hook on the top is whatever. No biggie. I get a cool little toy that keep
makes
next
me
to my
sad.
desk. It's all good.
So yeah, I'm sad too.
No, it's actually good because now I can have it all year round instead of Christmas. So now it's a full 365 days of joy that I get.
The things that are on the Christmas tree right now, they're all coming back in here at the end of the when the Christmas tree comes down.
Okay.
Including the Bad Wolf TARDIS. My wife, in an amazingly prescient moment of clarity, considering Bad Wolf is obviously going to be producing Who, she bought me a TARDIS for the Christmas tree with Bad Wolf spray painted across the front, as in the end of the very first Eccleston era.
She got you an actual wolf?
No, it says, do you remember at the very first?
I'm just pulling your leg, Marcus.
Wait, I don't know, Marcus. What are you talking about? What
did you get? Did you get the Tom Baker? Did you guys get Tom Baker?
The Tom Baker wolf?
No, the Tom
Baker.
Tom Baker ornament. The Doctor Who.
No,
Tom...
I did not get that one. No. Oh, he's gonna show us. He's gonna show us his baker, his mini baker.
I keep asking him to show me his mini baker, but he's like, it's Christmas.
So
you
pervert.
What word?
You filthy animal.
He used an amazing word. He's like, it's Christmas, you feculent turd. And I was like, oh,
wow. Write
British
this word
man,
down.
This big Scotsman making up words.
No, oh, yeah. Look at that.
Who's that?
Tommy Baker. He looks like he's about to throw a football.
Why is he wearing Osgood's scarf?
Smart. Gentlemen, it has been a season of shows, but it's been a fun time to talk over the last several weeks.
It's good to be back with you boys.
Yeah, your screwdriver's broken too. See, my battery died.
My screwdriver is not broken, my friend.
No, his mini baker is broken. That's
his mini baker.
Actually, do you want to talk about the side effects of cancer treatment and what it does on
my screwdriver? I think is downstairs on our bookshelf.
That's no way to talk about your wife.
I'll have to.
That is now completely TARDIS off to the side. This TARDIS, I do want to say, I think we should, as much as we've used the Lonely TARDIS name, we're not that lonely because we're very welcoming and we always have a good time together. So we're really not lonely. We're actually, more than anything, we're the unlonely TARDIS. But
that's only like 10 years of brand in there, dog.
Yeah,
that's fine.
Yeah, that's good. Throw it all away. But
you can tell that none of you had worked in PR before I turned up.
Exactly. We will definitely
wait a minute.
See y'all in a couple of weeks here.
What's PR? Is that?
But do you have a spork? Do you have a
Sonic Spork?
With era Sonic Spork?
I've never even seen that. Why would you need a Sonic Spork?
Look at it.
It seems silly.
Do you remember Loot Crate?
Yeah, yeah, Loot Crate was great. Yeah,
Loot Crate was great for a while, and then it went.
Yeah.
But yeah, they actually dropped that in a Loot Crate one day. It was a time travel one with a Bill and Ted T-shirt, and a Back to the Future hoverboard and
Wow.
a spork, which a Sonic spork. Which I think is fantastic.
This guy had the premium loot crate over there. Mine was only like $11 a month, and I think I got like a coaster and a ripped poster and maybe
that
like
jacket.
3 stickers.
All right,
jacket,
so
yeah.
confession time. I got the press account because I put them on NBC once, and they get on the press account for like 3 years.
Okay. You're like, here's all the stuff you can get from Loot Crate if you have a press account, which you don't.
Yeah, if you have a press account.
Gentlemen, wait. We
never rated a single episode of Flux this season because we waited for this.
Why you got to drag us back to that shit, man?
You got to rate it. Dolly, on wait.
What's that? I'm sorry. I was taking.
That's funny.
That was good. No,
we never rated it.
Let's rate it. Let's rate it because we kept saying wait. Okay,
there you go. I'm rating. 2.
Here we go. 2. Sean, so out of 6 crappy episodes, how many episodes? What's your rating? 1,
3 out of 6.
3 out of 6. I will give it I like 3 of the episodes. I will also give it a 3 out of 6. That's actually not a bad way to do it. Out of 6 episodes, how many we like? Yeah. So yeah, pretty low ratings.
It's a 50 out of 100, which is just
50%. I think mine's a low 3. Maybe it's a high 2, 2.5.
8 out of 18.
No, wait.
Stick that landing.
8 out of 18.
3 out of 6. Yeah.
I like the 8 out of 18.
What? 80?
That's good. 8 out of 18. Yeah, because the 3 of us had it together.
Yeah.
Gentlemen, Marcus, get back over here. I don't want to see your butt in your bag, your hairy back. Get over here.
Be a tidy TARDIS keeper. Thank you very much.
Gentlemen, I wish you a wonderful holiday season, fantastic Christmas, wonderful New Year. Sean with the balls in his face. I mean, it's
wouldn't have it any other way, boys.
Wouldn't have it any other way. There you go. Marcus has the dual sense. Let's call it the dual sense. That's the PlayStation controller. Look at that. Beautiful. We're all happy.
Brand hack, Dolly. I love it.
No matter how down we get from Doctor Who, we actually have a wonderful time chatting. Marcus is dancing. He's excited. The season's over.
That's the sake dance of triumph.
The holiday spirit.
That's the hockey.
Do you feel that holiday spirit, brother?
Christmas is my favorite time of year. And I mean, I've always kept Christmas in my heart, to quote, or to basically butcher a quote from Charles Dickens in A Christmas Carol.
Maybe that's what's been trying to get out this whole time is the Christmas that was trapped in there.
Christmas has always been in my heart. It's always been my favorite time of year, and the fact that that my wife is so supportive of the fact that we get the decorations up before my birthday, which is December the 1st, and we keep them going. And the problem is that when life throws you shit, it can make it a little tricky to keep Christmas in your heart and to keep all things, festive and happy. And I would say that there's a couple of things that have kept, especially when you're in a sort of like COVID world.
Yeah.
I will say that doing this tonight with you guys makes me happy and Christmassy because I'm with my friends. Being with Sean last week was an amazing high point for me because, again, I got to see him. Obviously, unfortunately, Dali, you weren't there because you hate me and you don't respect.
Yeah, seriously, it's kind of
wow.
Yeah, I mean, seriously, but no, it's if you take anything from this episode of The Lonely TARDIS, is that we are not lonely. As Dali just said, we are not lonely people. And I want to give a shout out to our friend who's moved on to bigger and better things, Mr. Strom.
Yes.
We miss him and we'd love to see him back at some point. Maybe when
him on here. Yeah.
The Russell T days start again.
When we talk about anything that isn't Doctor Who.
But yeah, it's you guys are, I'm in a good Christmas place right now because I open that door, I go out into the house and the house is decorated, but Christmas is about family and friends and you guys are my family. So thank you. Love you, brothers.
Marcus, we love you. Sean, love you too, man. I love myself.
Well, he's mildly fond of you,
yeah,
Sean.
Yeah, mildly. No, I echo the sentiment to Marcus. This has been, again, Lonely TARDIS in name. Our brand is the brand is to not be lonely. Maybe it's Lonely TARDIS because, hey, are you lonely? Join us. we are opening this door to the TARDIS. Come on in, listen to us, join us. And now we're doing videos, which is even better. And we have a good time. And I love you guys. I'm hopeful you guys, I know you guys will have just a wonderful holiday season. And I think for, all our listeners and viewers, thank you for 10 plus years. I don't know. It's been a long time. We've been doing this for a long time. Marcus didn't have any gray hairs. Sean
Marcus had a fully functioning heart, no cancer whatsoever, and a lot of other things working for him before he started this shit.
Sean didn't have a beard. I was
Or
like,
wife.
what did I say? It was
Or
like
a
10, 20 pounds ago for me. So, I mean, everything worked out. Everything, we age, but we're still here. And we thank you guys so much, the guys and gals and pets and whoever else is watching. Thank you so much for watching us and hanging with us for however, I don't know how long this has been, 10, 12 years, who knows? Either way, we're going to keep going. We're going to see you after the new year. We hope you have a wonderful holiday season, and we love you, and Merry Christmas. And
if you like this show, you like this live thing, tell Dali and Sean that we need to do this once a week, and we need to talk about things beyond Doctor Who, because let's face it, we cannot do Doctor Who every week. And now I know Sean, unfortunately, because he is a PR maven, has some things he cannot talk about. But pop culture, if we keep away from games, you can talk about pop culture. So
there you go.
we should. I know the rules, Sean. I made up the rules. I am the PR godfather.
Oh my God, you're so full of shit. I love it.
Oh God, yeah, exactly. I was in PR for 15 years. I mean,
Sean,
call
once if you're working on Half-Life 3. Call once if you're
10 times the shit.
He coughs twice working on Half-Life 4 as well.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
But no, I mean,
There's
if you're
so much
good
other
boys and girls, we can be back next year and do it at a regular time. And the TARDIS can be a major component, but we can talk Marvel, we can talk lots of other things.
Of course. And we will.
I'll rebrand this thing the Sandbox. Let's go. We'll come in the Sandbox.
Oh wow.
We'll talk about let's go. Let's do it. Let's do it. SideQuest presents a Marcus Spear adventure in the Sandbox.
Sean, you should know by now, nobody wants sand in the box.
I'm trying to find the end broadcast.
Oh, come on, turn it off.
Are we still live? I hope not.
Yes, we are. Bye.